Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Welcome everybody to All-Star 15 TV on the broadcast tonight. It is the XMS RICMOTECH Xfinity series coming to you live from Michigan International Speedway. It is the last race of the round of 8 before we cut it down to 4 drivers for Legacy, Texas, and Dover, their championship 4 round. This is going to be a fun one, and if last night tells us anything, you guys are in for a great race. In the broadcast booth with me, the one and only Mr. 8 Hours, it's Mike Campigio.
Yes, AJ, speaking of last night, a very, very fun race last night. I had firsthand experience for that last night. I had a blast, and I had a really great run last night. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these Xfinity guys can do tonight on the same racetrack.
Yeah, with just about 45 seconds left in qualifying. Huge shout out to Jeffrey Goodpaster splitting the playoff drivers. All 8 have qualified. All 8 are within the top 9. But Jeffrey Goodpaster splitting everybody in 5th. Mike, kind of tell us how that car felt last night, or how that truck felt, and how and what are we mostly going to expect with tonight's race?
Boy, AJ, last night in that truck series, it was full throttle, full on draft and style racing, 2 and 3 wide action. It was a blast. After a while, you did have to play with a throttle midway through the run to save some tires, and we were running that high lane and handsome lane against the wall, which was a lot of fun. But Xfinity cars, I'm expecting some pack racing early on, as these guys are, freshly on fresh tires. But when we get deeper into a run, I think we're going to get a lot of spread out action.
Yeah, absolutely. And for everybody watching at home, let's run down the starting lineup. On pole, the driver of the numbers 73, Alan Fox, Michael Thwaites, outside pole. In row 2, you have Kyle Miller and Josh Vidal. Row 3, it's Jeffrey Goodpaster and Bryce Senezak. Row 4, Paul Irvin and Joe Torres. And rounding out the top 10, you have Kyle Miller and Joshua Gillen.
In 11th place, we got Daniel Krim. 12th place, Connor Coleman. 13th, Nate Orlowski. 14th, Doug Tuttle. 15th is Gary Wells. And rounding out the field is last week's winner, Scott Rambler, in 16th.
All right, well, let's talk to our pole winner. Let's see if we can go get the driver of the number 73, Alan Fox. Hey, Alan, it's Mike and AJ in the broadcast booth. You got us, pal.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, congratulations on the pole tonight. How's the car feel? And what are we expecting from that 73?
Luckily, the thing's out of control, so it means we're going to be driving on the right rear instead of the right front. So hopefully it means I'm not going to kill my tires and can kind of pace myself and just see how it plays out. I don't think it's going to be as tight as last night, but I don't think there's going to be very much separation early on.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that. We're going to lap 35 for the stage. What kind of strategy can you tell us without giving away state secrets?
These first stages, I feel like I pretty much just split them, to see what you got the first half of the run and then try to duplicate it again. And if it's good, stick with it. And if you need change something, maybe try some strategy, 2 tires in a stage, try to pick up some points. I have to after last week at the Roval, so.
All right, pal. Well, good luck tonight. You get the point for the pole, so you're already on the right track. Good luck, and maybe we'll talk to you at the stage or at the end of the race.
Yeah, I'll take a point where I can get it, but thanks, guys. I'll hopefully talk to you again later.
See you later, pal. All right, Mike. While we have the cars just getting to the racetrack right now, why don't you run us through the Michigan International Speedway, the XMS Xfinity Series past lineup?
Yeah, let's do that, AJ. Let's go back to season number 17. The pole was won by Dave Elliott, who finished in 8th. Winner was JT Hawkins, who started in 13th. Most laps led was Jacob Manning at 48 in that race. That race had 7 leaders for 18 lead changes, and that race had 2 cautions for 6 laps. Then we're going to go back a couple seasons prior to that. Season number 15, the pole was won by Alan Elwood, who finished in 2nd. Winner was Cameron Herron, who started 3rd and led the most laps at 53. That race had 6 leaders for 14 lead changes, and 2 cautions for 6 laps, as the prior race did that I talked about.
And for everybody tonight, we're doing 105 laps, 210 miles with that stage at lap 35, 5 sets of tires. The fuel run will get you anywhere between 22 to 25, so they will have to pit in this first stage. Kind of heard Fox kind of tell us that he might just try to split it. But Mike, real quick, who are you picking tonight?
Well, AJ, I'm taking Bryce Senzak, the man sitting there first place in the standings going into this race. So the 8 playoff drivers we have remaining. So I think Bryce is going to have a good night and gain as much points as he can to advance. What about you, AJ? Who'd you go with?
The driver right in front of him, starting in that 4th position, the driver number 26, it's Josh Vidal. And you mentioned points. That's a great segue. Let's talk about the championship points coming into tonight's race. Remember, the top 4 make it unless we get a winner outside of that bottom 4. But Senzak, Waits, Torres, and Irvin right now are in. Vidal, Fox, Zimmer, and Miller are out. Even with that tie, Irvin's got the better finish in the round so far.
But you can see there's not much separation from the guys 5th, 6th, and 7th, and even in 8th, back up to the guy in 4th. So it's going to be anybody's race.
It's very much anybody's race. Everybody at home, who are you choosing tonight? It looks like Paul Irvin might have missed the start. Here we go. Pace car is off the racetrack, and we are green for the final time in the round of 8.
Yeah, Paul did miss the start. He's pulling off pit road as these guys thunder by into turn number 1.
Only benefit I can say for that 48 missing the start is if he loses a lap not being in the draft, he will get it back at the stage.
That, and if we have an early wreck, he'll miss that too. So,
also a very good point.
But we're gonna see these guys, AJ, like last night, all over this racetrack from the wall down to the yellow line. We're gonna be 2 and 3 wide and using all the lanes available here at Michigan.
Yeah, how did you deal with that last night with multiple drivers using multiple different lanes? How did it feel where you would just lose sight of a driver and then coming out of the turn, boom, he's there again?
Well, I tell you, AJ, especially last night, the bottom line to me was I couldn't run the bottom line. I couldn't make a pass in the bottom line. I think the most of the passes that I tried to make were on the high line, the middle lane, because last night it just felt like the bottom just had no momentum at all, and it'd be easy. It felt easy enough to drift up into the guy next to you and possibly cause a wreck.
And when they wrecked good. We had multiple trucks last night on the side, only one blow over, and that was Kyle Miller, which happy to see he's okay. He's currently running in that 5th position, using that lane higher than the 73 on exit. Might have the spot coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, he's got the big run on Alan Fox here. So we're going to go side by side here into turn number 3. I think he's going to have the preferred lane here. He's going to clear. Yeah, he cleared him.
That wasn't even close. And last time by, Kyle Miller was the fastest car on the racetrack and the fastest lap of the race with a 39.36.
Tell you who's on the move early, too. Scott Ramler starting to make his way from the last starting position. He's inside the top 10 now.
Yeah, he's in the in the number 2 Extreme Motorsports Toyota Supra. Almost said Blue Deuce like he's
Rusty
Brad
Walls?
Keselowski from 5-6 years ago.
You thought of Brad Keselowski, but in my mind, I was thinking of Rusty Wallace and then Kurt Busch.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. I always remember Kurt Busch in the 97.
Yeah, he did run that 2 machine for a couple years there. He had all those favorites around. Oh, trouble. I think that's Gary in the... Somebody's in the wall. Sorry.
That's Doug Tuttle.
Doug Tuttle in the wall.
86.
Oh, he's going to hit it again.
Something's broken on that 86. We're going to try to back it up and get you a view of it.
I think he made contact with Gary Wells, I believe, in that 27. Let's take a look at it here.
Here it is. Doug Tuttle, Gary Wells in the 27. Little bit of a side drafting, it looks like, from the 86. And little contact sent the 86 hard into the wall. Nothing I don't think Gary could have did.
No, that was a little aggressive a side draft this early in the race, I'll tell you that much. It seems like they just, when they side drafted together, they just sucked into each other.
Battle for a second. Vidal just took it over. Alan Fox back to 3rd.
That was a power move right there by that 26 machine.
Yeah, but we saw this last night with that 26, where he would be very, very strong. And then as the run progressed, would start to fall back. And then later in the race, we saw that 26 do the complete opposite, where he would be very conservative at the early parts of the run. And then by the end of it, he was passing trucks like they were stopped. It was amazing what Vidal was doing last night.
He's very good at knowing what to do with these cars and trucks early in the run. And you have the freshest tires underneath them and can make all the moves. I think what needs to happen is get a little bit more tire saving underneath it. It would be better on the long run. That's just my personal opinion. And I think the more he iRaces and the more he runs these cars more times, he'll get better at it.
Yeah, I think you're right with that.
He's a heck of a talent, though, that's for sure.
And as you saw, through 3 and 4, the 26 was showing the nose just a little bit to the 5, as Vidal's going to have a really good run out of turn 2 here.
Oh, hang on. He was sideways right there. He's trying to cut back over.
Yeah, Miller shut the door coming out of 2. And Vidal's going to send it into turn 3 to try to take this lead away.
Oh, he's going to clear him. What a move right there. Oh, Miller tried to cross under him, but got loose.
And that's all air. That's all air movement. When Vidal cut in front of it, took the air off the nose of the 5, and good hands with Kyle Miller there as Alan Fox is looking for the lead again into 1.
And Jeffrey Goodpaster's got a front row seat if they go 3 wide. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide, all right. Here we go, AJ.
Oh! Into the... Who's that?
I think it was Nate Orlowski. He saved it. He didn't go into the inside wall. He saved it, though.
Yikes. See if we can get a view of that with Nate Orlowski. We might have to back it up the manual way. I think he just loses it.
He got the air. He got the little air bubble right there and got loose. And nice save, though.
Now, for everybody watching at home, that wasn't easy.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Vidal. Oh, he's in the wall. Josh Vidal in the wall. I think we saw that last night a couple times there. AJ, turn 2 is the lucky spot of hitting the wall.
And here it is. Just gets really tight out of 2. Not a big hit, but gonna drop him back to that 3rd position, and maybe 4th going into turn 1 here is Jeffrey Goodpaster. Driving very well early on in tonight's race. We're on lap 11. And that 33 is doing a great job to stay up with the top 4. Bryce Senizak in the 09 underneath Scott Ramler. Ramler up to 6th place.
He's not on the move, AJ, and you can start to see here now as we're about 12 laps into this. Once you drop back behind Daniel Krim, they're starting to spread out a little bit more and a little bit more each lap.
Yeah, Daniel Krim back in that 10th position, battling with the 25 of Kyle Zimmer. And then you have the 23 of Connor Coleman in 11th, Gary Wells in 12th, Nate Orlowski in 13th, Joshua Gillen in 14th, and Paul Irvin not looking too bad for missing the start of the race in 15th.
Josh Vidal 3 wide here. Vidal hit the wall in 3 and 4 that last time around, so he's starting to drop now like a rock.
It's like he is looking for that edge of out of control, where he can push this car. Granted, it's early in the race. You can maybe get away with that. But he's also a playoff driver that needs to have a really good night. And he is falling back to 8th right now with Michael Thwaites making the pass on the inside as Thwaites gets really loose on the inside.
Well, you keep testing those limits, keep hitting that wall every few laps or so. You're going to hit that wall one too many times, and all of a sudden you're going to have a meatball or something, and then your night's really going to get screwed.
Look who is helping out Vidal. It's the 47, of Daniel Krim.
Those two were working really good last night too. I know they're teammates, so good to see that. But they were working really well last night together. They were inside the most. I think they were inside the top 10 most of the night. But we're coming up to the point here, AJ. Here shortly, where these guys, if they're gonna split the stage in half, they're gonna have to start pitting here shortly.
Absolutely. I just noticed that the tower went down, everybody. I am working to get that back working for everybody.
Technical difficulties. Please stick with us as we finish it.
You won't miss any part of the racing because that's not going to affect on how we're calling the race. I'm just trying to get the graphic back up. But Mike Vidal still going backwards as you see Senizak underneath him.
Yeah, these guys are in a hectic battle back here, and you have Thwaites and Krem just waiting to see who's gonna get in front of each other. Say, all right, who am I gonna push? Looks like Thwaites is gonna push Senizak here into turn 1 to try to push him by 26.
There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. When you're live, that stuff kind of happens every now and then.
And it does. That 47 was pushing that 12 down the back straightaway pretty heftily right there.
As Krim taps the wall coming out of turn 4.
Good passer trying to get second from Fox, but Fox is going to retake second, it looks like, there in a turn 1. Hey, somebody that's enjoying all this side-by-side racing behind him is Kyle Miller. He's just like, keep on wearing out your tires, boys.
Yeah, you say that, but they're not getting away from him. As Goodpaster's going to send it into turn 3.
And I believe Senzak's coming to pit road, so pit road window is open. Oh, Kyle Miller's coming down. Ooh, that was tight.
That was from almost the top lane. That's Yikes. Yeah, Senizak and Thwaites on pit road. And
That
Doug
was,
Tuttle is still on pit road from that incident earlier with Gary Wells. Nate Orlowski also on pit road.
You can do that move so many times, but if you come down that late sometime, you might get turned for doing that.
But Alan Fox has taken over the race lead. You have Joe Torres started 8th, now running in that 2nd position in the Mobile 1 Chevy Camaro. Jeffrey Goodpaster in 3rd, Josh Vidal in 4th, Daniel Krim in 5th. Scott Ramler just came down pit road. In 6th, you have Kyle Zimmer, Connor Coleman in 7th, 8th, Gary Wells in 9th, Joshua Gill, and Paul Irvin worked his way back up to 10th. And we have pit stops, and you're seeing a lot of these drivers, like we talked to Alan earlier, gonna split the stage as best as they can.
Now, when is everybody else going to pit? That's the next question here. Are these guys going to run it a little bit longer, or are they going to try to cut in half too? I think they're going to try to run it a little bit longer.
Like Kyle Miller able to get off pit road right behind the race leaders. He might unlap himself the hard way, and then when everybody else pits, he might have a really good shot at keeping that lead.
Scott Ramler is now got off pit road and ahead of these guys, so Scott's going to be leading the charge here. Oh! Well, he was almost not leading the charge on fresh tires. He was almost in the wall.
Did you say something about Tokyo Drift?
I did not, but Netflix does have that movie out there now, so you want to watch that, go ahead.
Wow.
That could have been catastrophic. There we go. I can't speak today, but it's all right.
Just shy of 15 laps before the end of the stage, Mike. Most of these drivers have come in, taken some service. You're looking at about the top 9, maybe 10 have yet to pit. It kind of seems like Paul Irvin and Joshua Gillen are being slow on purpose. I don't know why. I don't think you can make it at all, but I think what they're trying to do is make it just a splash and go. And with how last night's race went, maybe they're hoping for an abundance of cautions later on.
They very well could be. They may try to stretch it. Who knows? Gary Wells, that's a long time. Yes, I agree. Gary Wells is coming to pit road this time. Connor Coleman's coming to pit road. Torres is coming. Here we go.
Joe Torres from the 2nd position. Gary Wells from the 8th. Connor Coleman from the 7th. And then Kyle Zimmer as well.
I think these guys were getting, what were they getting? We were getting about 26 laps on fuel last night, so I mean, probably you can go about 26, 27 at the most here. Well, we'll see. See these guys.
I still can't believe they're staying out this long.
They're going to run it, at this point, AJ, they're probably going to run it till it's dry now.
Oh yeah, you have to. You've made the bed. You have to lay in it. But giving you and everybody at home the lap time difference here, Ramler last time by a 39.40 to Fox's 40.7.
Now let me ask you this: if you're the guys that are still out there, do you just come and get fuel only and save the tires for the end of the stage, or do you take tires now and then just get fuel at the stage and then restart on maybe 8 laps old tires? Because you know everybody who pitted lap 15 is going to come and get tires again at 35.
I think at this point, you come down, you stand out this long, you're just coming in, grabbing fuel, leaving. And then at the stage, you come down, take your full service, because at this point, you've put yourself in a bad spot. You're not going to stay up front. You're probably going to be at the back half of this top 10. So you want to minimize the damage of staying out this long. But we will see.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess if you want to spin it in somewhat of a positive light, they're going to save a set of tires versus everybody else.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Vidal and Krim both hitting pit road side by side. But up front, it's Fox, Goodpaster, and Irvin yet to pit, along with Joshua Gillen. As we are 3 wide, I think that's the 25 of Kyle Zimmer on the inside of Michael Thwaites. Yes, it was.
It was. So when do the top 4 pit? That's the question.
And there's a huge time difference between that top 4. You have Alan Fox in first. He's a second and a half over Jeffrey Goodpaster. Paul Irvin in third. He's 12 and a half seconds back from Alan Fox. Joshua Gillen to Alan Fox is 16 seconds back. So that top 4 is spread across this racetrack very far. And let's jump on board with that 73 to see if we could hear any saving strategy. Nope, don't think so. He's already exceeded. He's already exceeded what we had for a lap count for a fuel run.
Uh-huh. Well, Goodpaster's coming this time. He just announced it, so he's coming in.
That'll be pitting from the second position. And we're getting Alan Fox as well.
All right, now what will Paul and Josh Gillen do? Will they follow or will they stay out?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Paul Irvin stay out, and he's not going to lead this lap. Alan Fox crossed the start-finish line on pit road before Paul Irvin got by. So he's going to have to go another lap.
If he can somehow make this to 35 and make it work, my goodness. Talk about a needing a stage win, right? And he's coming to pit road, so just throw out everything that I just said.
And if Joshua Gillen might be out of gas. Oh yeah, he's having the posted hard.
Better get to your pit box, bud.
Paul Irvin does lead that lap on pit road, and that's going to give it over to Scott Ramler playing the strategy. Come in early, and let's see how that's going to pay off. What I'm really curious about, with about 5 laps to go, Alan Fox hit pit road on lap 28, Scott Ramler 18, Miller and Senzak in second and third on lap 17, Joe Torres on 22. He's 7 seconds back to Scott Ramler. Is there any way that 73 can possibly make it up back towards the front, or do you think it's kind of what we were talking about earlier, that he just took enough fuel to make it to the stage?
We're gonna find out. I think he just took enough fuel to get to the end of the stage, but we're gonna find out if he can run them down. It's gonna be awfully tough though.
As you saw the 25 of Zimmer get by Fox. The lap times are completely off what he was running earlier on in the race. Fox last time by with a 40.73.
Yeah, I think he just took fuel to get to the end of the stage.
Oh, absolutely. And that's going to give him an extra set for later on. But the way these Xfinity races have been going, Mike, they've been relatively green, though, for the most part, outside of the stage caution.
You might be saving that extra set of tires when we go to Texas next week and just be like, all right, folks, pack it up in the truck and let's go home.
You know, that's a very good point. Senezek underneath the 5, coming out of turn number 4. That's for P number 2. I thought we were about to see a little bit of contact as the 5 was coming down the racetrack. Into 1. They are still battling side by side, and they keep doing that. That number 2 is getting further and further out front.
Man, we're coming up to the last lap of the stage here next time around. What will these guys do?
Oh, we are gonna find out. White flag on the stage, lap 34. Scott Ramler with a 2.5 lead, but the battle is for second. Senezek on the inside, using the shortest way around the racetrack, trying to get by the 5. Side by side down the backstretch for the final time in stage 1.
This is going to be close. Oh, Senezek's going to send it in there.
Both playoff drivers. Oh, the 5 is loose out of 4.
Scott Ramler is going to take the stage here.
But the battle is for P2. Senezek is going to get Miller at the line. Joe Torres in 4th. In 5th, you have Kyle Zimmer. 6th, it's going to be Alan Fox. Gary Wells in 7th getting some nice points. 8th, it's Michael Thwaites. 9th, Connor Coleman. And rounding out the top 10, the 26th of Josh Vidal. Mike, what'd you think of the first stage as we go caution-free?
Entertaining. That was a lot of good racing, some good strategy there. Now we get to do it twice as long in the next stage.
Yeah, and I'm very shocked and interested to see how they're going to stretch it in the final stage, because I did not have going 28 laps on my bingo card. I had maybe 25 laps tops.
Yeah, I think that opens the door for us to go probably 28 to 30 laps now on a tank of gas the rest of the way, depending on how much you save.
Well, they're catching the pace car. We will talk to Scott Ramler, stage 1 winner, after pit stops. But I'm excited to see what we have and what kind of strategy they're going to do for the final stage. Are they going to split it in 25, 26 lap increments and then just take a splash at the end? We'll see if we can get Scott to spill some beans.
It all depends on the yellow flags too, because that can throw a wrench into your strategy plan that you want to do.
Yes, it can, and sometimes, yes, it will.
You and I both know that this restart here is going to be way more aggressive than that first one, knowing that this could be the last one of the day. Big emphasis on the could, okay?
Yeah. But you see everybody hitting pit road, taking 4 tires, packing it with fuel.
Josh Gillian misses pit or something? Because he went right through.
I think so. All right, Mike. Here is Scott Ramler, winner of stage 1. Take it away.
Scott Ramler, it's Mike and AJ in the booth. You got us.
What's going on, boys?
Hey, man, how you doing? Stage winner. How's the car feel through the first 35 laps of this race, and what do you think on for the second half of this race?
This thing's on rails. no doubt about it. My pit entry was absolutely amazing, and I think that might have been the only thing that kept me in front of Kyle Miller and Bryce Senizak there, because it took me a few laps to get used to having rear tires for casters for rear tires again.
Yeah, we saw you make a heck of a save there in 3 and 4 after you came out of pit road. But me and AJ were talking about the strategy for the second half of this race. Is there any tips, not tips, but things you could say to possibly not spill the beans entirely, but give us, the folks at home, an idea of what strategy could be played out?
There's a pretty good chance we could make it on 2 or 3 more stops. I'm currently in the middle of topping up on fuel again, just in case we do get a fuel play here later on. But that's just me always gearing up for a long fuel run, and depending on if some of these guys can find a bit more stability in their car, then we might have a lot of people racing for the win here, because a lot of people are really close to getting it nailed.
Well, that makes, for the folks at home and us in the booth, very excited for the second half of this race. But Scott, congratulations on the stage win. We'll let you get back in the driver's seat, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, Mike. It was fun to talk to Scott, as always. But we are gearing up, getting ready to go. This was our first caution flag of the evening, brought to you by Elite Entertainment LLC. Thank you to everybody over there for sponsoring the caution flags here on the channel Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But here we go. Caution flag is over. Kyle Miller, Nate Orlowski.
Green flag, green flag.
And green flag's back in the air from Michigan International Speedway. There they go. Kyle Miller hits the loud pedal. Kind of puts Orlowski napping on the outside. Joe Torres immediately takes second place. Alan Fox takes third. Senizak looking for fourth.
Well, Torres is going for the lead now. He's going to try it. He's side by side into 3.
Trying to make that work. It's a little loose.
Oh, the 27's around. He's going to, he's not going to save it. This is going to bring out a caution. Good oh, wow. Big crash now. Good pass through in it. Is that Paul Irvin?
That is Paul Irvin with major front end damage.
Oh, no. Oh, Paul Irvin, I don't know if that's going to hurt the chances to advance in the playoffs, but that might do it. I don't know. We'll see.
On board with Gary Wells, and he's just going to get really loose.
Oh, my goodness. Paul with nowhere to go. And that is a sick feeling right there.
Other drivers also involved in that.
I thought that Gary was going to save it too, but just came around on him again. Yeah, Connor Coleman getting a good passer right there. But Paul Irvin just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. As a co-owner of both those guys, that's a sick feeling I have right now seeing that.
On the roof cam of Paul Irvin here.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm kind of curious, going back to what happened to Gary. Was there contact between him and the 47, or was that all Aero?
Let's take a look at it again. May have to do it from the chase view too. Let's take a look at it from here. Aero. That is all 100%. Aero.
You could see the air messing with the 47 as well.
Well, you could even see Nate Orlowski. If you rewind that up again, Nate Orlowski was about to spin out too. Oh, well, let's see what happens with Paul Aaron and the points, but that might be championship hopes over for Paul.
Cold tires. Cold tires are a pain.
Let's see. Paul Irvin came in 4th in points too. He was the one on the cut line.
Yeah, you can see the 69. Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow. I was worrying about the wreck. Wow.
Big drama indeed, that is for sure.
That's unfortunately. I don't see that 48 getting back out on the racetrack. Unfortunately.
He is unfortunately manually disconnected, so Paul Irvin's championship hopes are, I think, done.
Yeah, like I said, that's very unfortunate. Missing the start, doing a pretty good job to stay on the lead lap. And just as you think, now that he's bunched back up, has a restart, something like that happens out of his control.
That is for sure, but you know what, AJ? We're gonna line these boys back up again and do it again.
Yes, we are. As the great musician once said from the late 1900s, Britney Spears, hit me baby one more time.
Wow, look at you pulling out a Britney Spears reference.
With a caution on the racetrack, we go from the stage, we get 2 laps in, and still the tires are cold, and you kind of saw that, and we're going green once again.
Green, green, green.
There it is, green flag back in the air. Look at that, Joe Torres with an excellent restart. Gets right up in front of the 73, gets right to that high side, and it's going to have a nice entry into turn number 1.
Yeah, he took off like a cannon right there, that's for sure.
We did have several drivers come in to pit road on that caution. Goodpaster, Ramler, Orlowski, and Gillen all hitting pit road.
And Nate, looks like Nate about lost it again there in 3 and 4. He went to the apron to save it.
I think he just has to take care of the car until there's heat in those tires. Because we saw it in the first stage, where once he got going, he was able to put down decent lap times. He's just got to get to that moment. But up front, Senizak battling with the 25 of Zimmer. And then they have 2 friends, Prim and Vidal, working together on the outside.
It's a big old battle there for third. Zimmer and Senzak tightly contested. Zimmer about lost it there underneath Senzak.
Yeah, Arrow's doing a lot of stuff tonight that I didn't do last night. While last night the trucks were just punching a big hole where the draft was crazy, now the air, you're spinning people out, not even coming close to them.
But that's a little bit of the difference between those trucks and these Xfinity cars. Xfinity cars have a lot less, I don't want to say downforce, but a lot less side force, as they would say, the right side of these machines. You get somebody hanging on that right side, it's easy to turn them around.
And there goes the 47 underneath the 25 of Zimmer. And Krim is going to clear Zimmer out of 4.
Nice move right there. See, Josh Vidal is going to try to follow Krim's lead. He's all over the bumper of Zimmer.
As you say that, going to cut to the inside, entering turn 3. But as we're watching this, we have a battle for the lead. Alan Fox has made it all the way back.
Yes, he has. And he's all over the bumper, Joe Torres, as we go into turn 1.
They keep battling. That's going to bring the convoy to them, starting with Red Senizek.
You talking about it? We just finishing up that yellow that we were discussing. But you think about those guys that were beneath Paul Irvin now, since Paul's out of the race. How much of a wake-up call that is now that we know that it's like, well, okay, we got a big old opening now to slide in to that last playoff spot now since he's out.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Let's take a look at that again. There it is on your screen. Paul Irvin had 20:46. He's in 15th out of the race. Vidal's looking good. Alan Fox, who is second right now, is looking good. Zimmer in 5th and Miller in 9th. So right now, Vidal and Fox and Zimmer looking really good, but Fox right now would advance from that position. And with Torres being your race leader, anybody beneath him would basically be the same. So he would automatically move on. That moves Senizek and Thwaites down to 2nd and 3rd, but 4th and everybody would relatively stay the same. So right now, Alan Fox is in that transfer spot.
You have to stay tuned to the All-Star 15 TV social media so we can keep everybody up to date on who the Championship 4 are going to be going into next week's races for both series.
Yeah, because I didn't get a message from anybody last night giving me the Championship 4. Don't know if it was still under review.
See if I can help you out with that. See if I can find out.
There is the 29, 73, and 09. Here comes the 47 as well. Don't look now. Daniel Krim is putting down some blazing fast laps. But last time around, fastest car on the racetrack was the 33 back in 9th place. Jeffrey Goodpaster with a 39.99. We are just now halfway into the race this evening. And you're looking at the 47 coming out of turn 2. The 25 is going to have a run. The 26 is going to have a run. Entering turn number 3, Vidal's cutting to the inside of Zimmer. trying to make the pass out of 4. Zimmer still has P5 when they cross the line.
And it looks like Gary Wells is out of the race tonight. He is just disconnected.
That's unfortunate. I don't think he would have been able to fix the car, but
They're getting spread out now there, AJ.
yeah, they are. Bringing up that track map so everybody can see it at home. It's kind of what I was setting up there. That is how everything looks like. You see the majority of them coming out of turn 4 right now, but that doesn't show how the packs look at. As there's 1, 2, 3. Daniel Krim in 4, a little bit further back. He's got a little bundle of cars with him. Miller, Vidal, Waits. And I think as we get further on in the race, especially when we get to that pit stop, Mike, is when we're really gonna see the track start to fill out.
Oh yeah. And we got a battle. Go ahead.
Pit stops.
Yeah, we got a battle for the lead again. Fox is now to the outside of Joe Torres. He's trying to do the opposite time now, where he's like, all right, I'm going to try you on the outside.
Yeah, Fox, as we've seen everybody on that outside coming out of turn 2, they have a monster run down the backstretch.
Senzak is right there waiting to see what's going to happen.
Joe Torres trying to protect his position, running a little bit of a higher lane, kind of blocking the 09 as they send it down into turn number 1. See if we can get a speed number going into the turns. See if I can get that set up for everybody at home real fast. This is going to be on the 29 of Joe Torres. You saw that going into turn 3 all the way up to 190. Going to use that draft from Alan Fox.
Yeah, 193 going into turn 1. That's pretty much booking it around Michigan.
That's moving it, and you guys just saw it. Senesak dominant run through 1 and 2 takes the lead.
Oh, we're 3 wide almost back here with Miller, Goodpaster, and Thwaites. And oh, it looks like here we go, AJ. We're gonna start pit stops already.
Herman Vidal hitting pit road. Nate Orlowski's already in his box.
Yeah, looks like Nate. I don't know what finally happened to him, but
there it is. Your race leaders 1, 2, and 3 on your screen. The 09 is Zach Fox in second, Torres in third, Zimmer in fourth, Waits in fifth, Miller sixth, Goodpaster seventh.
He's in the wall.
Oh yeah, wow. Goodpaster hard hitting the wall.
These Xfinity cars, once you get in that wall, you get sucked in, and that's all she wrote for a little bit there.
Oh, he was in that wall for a while. Just up a little too high, and that's a long wall ride.
Oh, Nate, I just got a message from Nate. He spun out on that 54 and 55. So, he said he made some great saves.
That 54, 55. I love it when they tell me the lap.
So let's take a look at it.
This is coming out of turn 4. Alan Fox just hit pit road.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, hang on. Hey, he's dirt tracking it right there.
Hasn't hit anything, so I wonder if there's anything broken on it.
Our 55 and 56, he said 56 might be good for team.
What you're saying is he wrecked again.
That's his words, not mine. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, there you go. He's fun. Damn, hey, lucky he didn't throw yellow for that one.
Wow.
Anyway, back to the action at hand.
Anyway. Senezak with a 3/10 lead over Joe Torres, Kyle Miller in third. We have pit stops ongoing. Daniel Krim, Vidal, Alan Fox, who is right behind the leaders, as here comes Kyle Zimmer. On board with the 73, who just got by the 09. And are we seeing the 09 hit pit road? Yes, we are. Senezak. Joe Torres is going to stay out and resume the lead.
And Nate Olowski has disconnected, and he is done for the night. So we're down to 12 cars remaining now.
Kyle Zimmer trying to stay on the lead lap, just coming off pit road. And that's where you can see the grip completely different, as Torres is really loose out of 4. Fox, Krim, and Vidal battling. This is for P7. Oh, and there goes Fox to the inside.
Yeah, he got a big run right there on Daniel Krim.
Joe Torres on pit road. I honestly think he wanted to come last time by, but with how loose his car was, he just kept it to the high side to try to save it. Now, Mike, where do you think the lead is going to cycle out to? Because I really think it's cycle out to that 73.
Well, AJ, I think it's all going to depend on what goes on with the rest of these guys when they pit, because I think Alan Fox is in the catbird seat, but we're going to find out, because we know Scott Rambler, you know, he pitted for extra fuel under the last couple cautions. But that's something we're going to have to see here going forward. See what Alan Fox can do. AJ had to step away just for a second, folks, so I'm going to kind of do this radio style here for the most part, as the camera will stay on Alan Fox. But we got a big battle behind Alan Fox. Vidal and Krim side by side together. Now they're single file again. Got Senzak and Zimmer. They're racing really hard together back here. So we got those two together. Joe Torres is a 3 seconds behind those guys. And then we're going to fall back to Michael Thwaites and Connor Coleman. They're a lap down currently, but Senzak and Zimmer in a big battle here. Side by side down the front straightaway. This is a battle for 9th and 8th. So, big battle for them. Everything up front is still the same with Scott Rambler. He's about 2.5 seconds ahead of Kyle Miller. So, not missing anything up front right now. And Senzak was able to get in front of Zimmer for 8th. So those two kind of settle into rhythm. Vidal and Krim, they're going to try to go side by side again here off of turn 4. Looks like Josh is going to have a little bit more momentum, so he's going to hold off Krim for now. As those two are still battling each other. Fox is a little bit ahead of them. Josh Gillian's in 3rd, it looks like. I'm trying to think who just pit. I think it was Jeffrey Goodpasture. Goodpasture did not pit, but Rambler and Miller are on pit road. So the front two are on pit road as of now. So we'll see what these guys are going to cycle out. They're both in their box now. Let's see what Josh Gillian is going to do. Gillian's on pit road 2. So Alan Fox is going to take over the lead as all 3 of our top 3 were on pit road. So Alan Fox is your new leader. But we got now, behind Alan Fox, Josh Vidal, Krim, Senzak, and Zimmer are in a 4-car battle for 2nd. Senzak's to the inside of Krim down the back straightaway. Going into 3, Senzak's going to send it in there. And he's going to clear. Oh, Vidal's in the wall, so Senzak's going to get a 2 for 1. Senzak to 2nd. Zimmer side by side with Krim. Vidal slides in between Senzak and the guys side by side, which are Zimmer and Krim. Those guys are battling there for 4th. And Josh Vidal pounded the wall in 3 and 4. Oh, Zimmer all over the bumper. Vidal. I thought those two were going to make contact. Vidal slides up in front. Ooh, this is getting testy back here. Now Zimmer's going to dump to the inside, trying to clear Vidal for 3rd. And he will. So, top 3 is Alan Fox, Senzak to 2nd, Zimmer to 3rd, Vidal back to 4th, Krim in 5th. They're going to get single file once again. So let's see what else is going on inside the top 10 here. Rambler, Miller, and Goodpasture are 9th, 10th, and 11th. Gillian in 12th after they pitted. So see how long it's going to take them to get back toward the front. They may need to have the guys who pitted a few laps before them pit again for them to retake the lead. But you know, Scott, he might be trying to do a little bit of fuel saving here to try to cut this last half of this race even shorter on that last pit stop.
Sorry about that, everybody. The dog needed to use the grass, and with my wife not feeling very well. I did it. But
you did it all right.
You sound like we had a lot of action, huh?
Well, yes, we did.
So we had Vidal take second place over Kyle Miller right there as Miller was on pit road. And just as what we kind of thought, Alan Fox was going to come out as the race leader.
Yes, yes, we did, AJ. But as I was saying, I think what Ramler and Gillian and Miller are going to have to do is, if they're going to save fuel, they're going to need those guys to pit and try to retake the lead. But it's all going to come down to how everybody wants to play this last pit stop. Now, if we get a caution, then
you can throw the books out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, with just 30 laps to go, we haven't done it yet. We've got to pay some bills. We will be right back. You all will not miss a thing. We're going side by side.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
We're back, everybody. You're watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the XMS RICMOTECH Xfinity series. There's your race leader, Josh Fox, the 09.
You mean Alan Fox?
Did I say Alex?
You said Josh Fox.
Josh, wow, that's bringing me back. Wow. That brought me very far back. Sorry, Alan. My bad. I can't believe I waited to race 14 of the season to make that mistake.
Oh, Bryce Senzak's on pit road, so the final round of stops are underway there, AJ.
Yeah, also Krim and Vidal are too. Again, I apologize, Alan. My bad. Thwaites and Coleman also on pit road. This is the money stop, Mike.
It is, but I'm very interested to see what Rambler, Gillian, and Miller will do. How long will they run?
Well, I think if they wait too long, they're going to be in the same issue that Rambler and some of the other guys were. Is here comes Fox. And Torres is going to take over the race lead over Kyle Zimmer right on his back bumper.
Speaking of those commercials that we were showing, we got a big week coming up here on the channel there, AJ.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I'll let you start with yours.
Well, Warrior Enterprises is going to be doing the Daytona 24. Our event on Saturday, the special event, we're looking forward to it. Got a couple of LMP2 entries that I think we're going to have a good showing. I know you will be keeping the fans up to date on the channel on how we do, but it should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We will have on the channel about 12 or so hours broadcasted for the HSR Phantom Racing right here on the channel, starting at right around 7 a.m. on Saturday. So we will have some 24 action here. But Joe Torres just hit pit road. This is everybody's final pit stop if we don't get another yellow. And then Zimmer's on pit road, bringing it to Jeffrey Goodpaster. Oh, that 33 was loose out of 4.
And then we're going to have a big week next week, too, on the channel. We'll have the Championship 4 beginning Tuesday and Wednesday nights for the XMS Series, and I believe it's Championship Monday on Monday for A-Car, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Homestead Miami Speedway.
Oh, you're putting A-Car up against the National Championship in college football. Woohoo.
It wasn't me.
Why can't I see Ryan having like a split screen of watching Notre Dame on the other screen on Monday?
I think everybody will be. I think we might have a couple cautions because somebody scored a touchdown.
That's funny. Go Notre Dame. That's my team on Monday, so...
Goodpaster staying out, and I really think that Goodpaster, Rambler, Miller are all hoping for a caution.
Yep. And I think too, Rambler and Goodpaster will probably push it a little bit farther than probably Miller will do, because those guys are not in the playoffs, and they're like, well, we're just here to win, so if we run out, we run out.
Yep. Yeah, they're just here for the trophy. That's it.
Miller's the one that's got to be very careful how far he pushes this.
Yeah, it could very much backfire for him. He could easily drop anywhere from 3rd to probably 8th or 9th if he waits too long. Goodpaster getting a couple points out tonight.
Good to see him. He's been running solid tonight, which has been good. He had a good qualifying effort, and good to see him leading some laps.
Rambler's up 14 positions from where he started, running in that second spot. But he's 2 seconds slower than Joe Torres and Alan Fox. Which is weird to say, Scott Rambler, 2 seconds slower.
Yeah, right? Zimmer and Kramer side by side here for 7th.
Zimmer fastest lap of the race of 39.14. There's 25 just made a hell of a pass.
Mm-hmm. You and I are kind of just in waiting area now to see what's the next domino to fall. Senzak has Alan Fox all over the back bumper. Him here.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch.
This is basically the battle for the technical lead in this race. So. And Scott Rambler's starting to back up toward Kyle Miller. Kyle Miller is, I don't know, I think Miller's ran him down, or is Scott saving fuel or something?
Yeah, but I think they both have to pit, right? You can't go 34 laps on a tank.
Well, there's one man that we know that's good at fuel saving. It's Scott Rambler.
Yep. Oh yeah, he is shutting the engine off.
Yep, he's gonna try it. I have a feeling he's gonna try. I think Kyle Miller has the engine off too. I think he's doing the same thing. Or I heard Kyle Miller.
Kyle Miller now.
Yeah, let's take a look at this, because I thought I heard him shut the engine off too there in 3 and 4.
And there it goes.
This is gonna be something here.
If it works, they're gonna look like geniuses.
Well, I could think too that Kyle Miller's gonna stay as close as possible when he's doing this to try to force Scott to run out. That's the only reason why Miller would be this close, is to try to force him out.
I don't know if Scott would be intimidated like that.
I don't think so either, but you know, Kyle Miller doesn't know that.
But Alan Fox is only 5.5 seconds back from them, and he's still 2 seconds faster a lap than them. So that bed's being made.
Yeah, they might have to put on the wickets now, but I don't think it's going to matter. $11 laps to go. This is wild, AJ. I don't think you and I ever thought of a fuel mileage race, but I mean, Michigan's known for that.
No, I had no clue that we were going to have a fuel mileage race. I knew there were going to be some games being played, 100%, but not to the point where some people are going to try to stretch it 34 laps.
An hour side by side.
Yeah, and that's something you don't want them to do.
If they go side by side again, I mean, where's Fox? I mean, Fox and Senzak are going to force an issue. We might see 3 wide here. 10 to go.
10 to go. And they're under a 1.5 seconds.
The money is on the line. Here we go.
Is Goodpaster saving too? Because he's gone well over.
Oh, Miller's going to walk up the racetrack here. He's going to try to throw a little bit of block on the 73. Down the front straightaway. Here we go. Oh, he's Oh, he's moving his car. He's trying to keep Allen behind him. He's doing everything he can. But yeah, this is where Allen's going to blow right by him because they're going to be shutting their engine off.
And completely different strategies. The 5 battled, the 2 knew the position and stayed to the inside.
And good passers on pit road, so this is the battle for the lead right here. With 8 laps to go.
As Fox is pulling away, and it's not even close.
We'll see if Senzak can able to try to run him down again.
Yeah, Senezak has gotten clear of Miller, but has the damage already been done?
Gil Torres to the outside of Scott Ramler. That's for 4th. And Gil Torres go up there and get a top 3 finish. I tell you though, if Kyle Miller makes it on fuel, and he's gonna finish probably higher up than we thought for the most part tonight, that might help him get as close as he can to that cut line to make it. Might be a last-ditch Hail Mary for that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, as there is the gap. There's the 29, and there's Kyle Miller. A lot of these drivers trying to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Here goes Torres. He's going to go for 3rd right here.
Right on the outside, coming out of turn 4. 5 laps to go. And Zimmer is going to take 4th.
Now, I will say one thing. If one of those two run out of fuel and you run it out in the bad part of the racetrack, we might get a caution for being stopped. But Alan Fox is looking good up front. 4 laps to go.
I don't know who's going to finish 3rd here.
That might be Zimmer. Yeah, Zimmer's going to have a shot at this too.
Zimmer has 1 lap, fresh your tires.
Ramler's going around Miller back there.
And I think what that 29 of Torres has to do is continuous run that middle to high lane. Don't let the 25 get to your outside.
Krim's going to go blow by both of those guys, so move Krim up to 5th here in a second.
Another driver having a good night is that 47, taking positions away from playoff drivers, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to play spoiler.
And we got dual popsicle sticks up in the air for Alan Fox.
29 of Torres, still with about a car length lead over the 25.
And Josh Vidal is going to move his way up to 6. He just blew past Miller and Rambler. But Alan Fox is going to come off turn number 4 here, and he's going to see that white flag sponsored by
the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. New episodes every Sunday. About a second and a half back, you have Bryce Senizak, but the real battle on the racetrack of who's coming to talk to us, the 29-25 for the final time into turn number 1, is the battle for third place.
Zimmer got a really good run there. He's gonna he's gonna look to the inside.
Oh, he was.
Oh, he's gonna do it again. Here we go.
Sends it down into turn number 3. Torres gonna have a run on the outside. They are even off of turn number 4.
It's gonna be a drag race to the line.
A clean drag race to the line.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
And the 29 of Joe Torres is just going to sneak by Kyle Zimmer for third place.
And Alan Fox wins, and he's going to advance his way to the final 4.
We kind of knew that was going to happen. That's kind of why we stayed with P3. Bryce Senizak in second. Joe Torres in third. Kyle Zimmer fourth. And in fifth, rounding out the top 5, it was Daniel Krim. Wow.
What a race.
That was fun. So yeah, Fox, Senizak, Torres, 1, 2, 3, 4th, Zimmer, Krim, 5th, 6th, it's Vidal, 7th, it's Scott Rambler. They ended up making it.
Last ditch Hail Mary.
8th was Thwaites. 9th, Connor Coleman. Jeffrey Goodpaster in 10th. Kyle Miller in 11th. 12th, it's Joshua Gillen. Nate Orlowski, 13th. Gary Wells, 14th. Paul Irvin, 15th. And Doug Tuttle in 16th. But there is your race winner, burning it down on the front stretch. We're going to try to get words with our podium drivers. All right, Mike, I'll take 3 and 1. You can grab 2, but let's talk to our P3 driver. It's Joe Torres. Congratulations on the hard-fought third place. How did it feel out there? How was the car? But overall, great race that you had tonight, and great battle with Zimmer towards the end.
Yeah, that was a hell of a battle with the battle with my teammate for P3. But man, the cars were freaky loose. If you saw when I was leading, the car the back end just wanted to step out and get loose and everything. But other than that, the race was pretty good. I expected the race to go the way it went. So, other than that, I just can't go over my battle with Zimmer. It was nice. It was a great battle to finish P3 and all that good stuff. But just gotta thank all the sponsors on the car.
Yeah, kind of like what I said that last couple laps. It was a clean battle for third place. There was no bumping, banging. It was, if you beat me, you beat me. It was a lot of fun, dude. You mentioned those wonderful sponsors you have on the car. Why don't you talk about them?
Mobile One, since the start of the season, they joined the team and they've been used on our JTI powered cars. But man, I just wish we had enough for those primetime guys. Those primetime guys are going to be hard to beat next week and all that good stuff. But gotta thank Mobile One. Gotta thank Jimmy Johns, Honora, Dubby. Also all the other sponsors of the car. Man, that was a hell of a race.
Yeah, it very much was. We go to Legacy, Texas next week in the round of 4, the championship round. What are we gonna see from the 29 there?
A brand new paint scheme.
Ooh.
That it is a brand
Ooh.
new paint scheme that I haven't used yet. So I hope it's just as, and just to give you a little hint, I hope it's just as freaky fast as it was in the other races prior.
Oh, I see what
I
he's doing.
see where that's going.
Yep.
It's a you guys are gonna love it. I'm really excited about Texas. This was the part of this is part of the part of the season that I've been most excited and more jittery about. If of course we have to see the points for the championship 4 and see who actually survived and who actually got eliminated foremost. But oh man, it's gonna be a hell of a show the next 2 weeks. I'm really looking forward to Texas because Texas is my home track. And I've had a lot of success there with just basically on the service. I've been having a lot of success there. I'm just looking really forward to it because I hope to bring it, but then again, who knows? Those primetime guys have been fast all season long, so we'll see what we got.
All right, pal. Well, thank you for coming and talking with us. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish. We'll see you at Texas next week.
Absolutely. Oh, wait, 1 second. Let me turn on this soundboard real quick. You're welcome.
Who told you to do that?
Oh, Mr. Gary.
Yeah, well, I'll be having some words later.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Just wanted to entertain you boys.
Oh, we were very much entertained. All right, Joe, congrats on the 3rd place finish. We'll talk to you later, pal.
Thank you, boss.
All right, Mike, it's time for P2. Here's Bryce Senizek.
And Bryce, it's Mike and AJ in the booth. You got us.
Yep.
Man, 2nd place finish tonight. Congratulations on that. You led 5 laps in this race. Talk to me about your car. Talk to me about your race overall and everything that went on tonight in Michigan.
Yeah, we put a lot of laps in, just practicing stints throughout the week, and I felt pretty good with my pace and tire wear and all that. It was definitely more my style where you're burning off the right rear, and we were catching Alan there towards the end before the last pit stop, and I knew I was gonna catch him. I felt like I was gonna catch him. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pass him before I pitted, and I felt like pulling the undercut was gonna be the way to go. So I kind of pulled the trigger there and just barely got by him when he came in the lap after, and he just found a line that was better through 3 and 4 and was able just to pass me after 10 laps or so, and he set sail.
We did see a lot of the strategy aspect of this race come into play with these long green flag runs tonight. I did want to mention to you, I did pick you to have a good night tonight in our pre-race picks today. But as we move forward now, this 09 machine, Championship 4 round begins next week at Legacy, Texas. How are we feeling, and what could these next 2 weeks feel for you in that 09?
Well, I haven't raced at Legacy, Texas in quite a while, but I always like that track, and Alley drives similar to, on here at least, it drives similar to current Texas, but yeah, I don't know what the points are gonna really look like. I think Alan was telling me I'm gonna have maybe a 4-point lead or something, because I had 9 playoff points, and I think he only had 5, all from tonight. But yeah, I just need to win at least one of them, but gonna go out there and try to win both. I mean, if we win one, that's pretty much one hand on the trophy already, and getting another one would just seal it.
That's for sure. Next 2 weeks are going to be very intriguing to watch for everybody at home. But before we let you get out of here to celebrate that P2 finish tonight, are there any sponsors you'd like to plug?
You guys up in the booth, the All-Star 15, Ed Moore's for all he does for XM99. The admins, shout out to everyone at Sierra 9 Racing. Shout out Spoiler diecast, LCs, Elwood Designs. Thanks for Primetime guys for allowing me to race down there with them tonight and all season.
Well, Bryce, congratulations on the second place finish tonight, and we will catch you next week at Legacy, Texas, all right?
Yep, we'll see you.
All right, it is time to talk to the man of the hour. Here is Alan Fox. Alan, it's AJ and Mike in the broadcast. Congratulations. I had a feeling we might be talking to you as the night went on, but congratulations on the hard-fought win. How did the car feel as we went through pit cycle, and pit cycle to close out the race?
Well, it took me a while to figure out what Bryce was doing in 1 and 2 as far as where he was hooking that steam. So I was telling him I was actually kind of thankful that he pit before me on that last stop so I could kind of see where he was running. About halfway through the race, I found that hooking the yellow line in 3 and 4 and just getting that straight drive off without any wheel input really kept the car stable, and you could just get a huge run. I'm sure you guys saw it, but that's kind of how I was getting those runs on Bryce late, was just being able to stick the car straight where he's still a little slidey up there on the high line.
Dude, it's got to feel good for you coming into tonight's race. You were a little, I need to have a banger of a race. You come out, have a banger of a race, and now you're going championship hunting starting next week at Texas. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, early I was just worried about points. That's why I did that weird strategy on the first stage. I was like, all right, let's see if a splash and go will work. Maybe I can get out in front of these guys, and they just blew my doors off with the tires. So that was nice to know pretty early on that tires were going to be crucial tonight. But yeah, I had a terrible race last week at the Roval. I admittedly not very good at road courses. So to be able to make up for that tonight, I think I would have been good on points anyways, but to be able to get a win and have some playoff points going into the final round, that'll be really nice.
Yeah, man. Well, I can't wait for Texas. What are we expecting from the 73 car at Texas starting that championship 4 round?
Well, I feel like I tell you guys this every week. It depends on how the setup's driving. If it's like tonight and you can get on the right rear and get a little squirrely, I'm a little bit better at saving tires that way. So usually going to be better on the long run for me. So if the car is loose, if it's hot and sliding around, that ought to be in my favor. And then Dover is my favorite track. So as long as I don't have a terrible week next week, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances.
Well, that's exciting to hear that we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about coming down the stretch. Well, thank you for coming talking with us. Let you plug those beautiful sponsors you have.
Of course, first and foremost, got to thank you guys for the awesome broadcasts, and RICMOTECH and XTREME for putting everything together for us. Got to thank Dubby, who hooks me up with some of my other paint schemes. You guys know how the plug goes. You get the discount if you use the code. Mine is Fox iRacing. So you get a discount. I get a little commission for it, so always well appreciated. And everybody at Prime Time, Bryce raced me pretty clean. He could have pinched me a lot more going off into 2 there. So when I finally got that run and he kind of let me slide over him, I just figured that was pretty good racing, and I was kind of shocked he didn't make a move back on me.
Well, dude, it's always fun to talk to you. Great job again tonight, and I'm excited for next week starting that championship 4 round.
I know. I wish I had more time to be able to run the truck series more often. It seems like that was my good luck charm this week.
All right, pal. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
All right, Mike, take us home.
Boy, AJ, tonight was a strategy-filled Michigan classic fuel mileage race, that's for sure. We did see the drama of the playoffs ensue early in that second part of the stage with Paul Evans' wreck that knocked him out of the playoffs. I'll be very interested to see who got the last playoff spot. I think we kind of figured that, obviously with Alan winning and then Bryce being the number 1 guy, and I think Thwaites, the other guy, we kind of felt really comfortable about. So I'm very interested to see once that gets announced who that 4th and final guy is going to be racing for the championship. But yeah, next week's going to be a lot of fun. Legacy Texas is the best version of Texas, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to you and I getting down there in some warmer weather because, my goodness, it's too darn cold, AJ.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Today, just in Connecticut alone, it was 30 with 30-mile-an-hour winds. Now, 30 degrees doesn't is fine. Add the wind factor, nope. Horrible. And then the next week we're gonna miss what was it, single digits for both of us?
Yeah, I was single digits this morning, and I got below 0 coming Monday and Tuesday morning next week, so that's gonna be even fun.
Yeah, yikes. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Glad to have you all here. Alan Fox, your winner at Michigan International Speedway. Bryce Senezak and Joe Torres rounding out your podium positions. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. We'll see you Monday for A-Car.
Following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.